We are here today to welcome Merck's back to Linden, although they never left. But today's event, as they reestablish themselves, their corporate headquarters right here and on the Rahway Linden campus. From an economic perspective, it's huge for our towns. Just think about the people who work here. They have to go out into shops and stores in the local, and they will support the local economy. This is a great day. We're just so glad to have them back.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this special day, and welcome to our Rahway Global Headquarters. I'm Sharon Rose, and I'm the facility lead for the Rahway site. It is an honor and a privilege to be your host for this event and to stand here with you today on the historic steps of Building 60. As our team was planning this event, we were looking through photos from the historical archives and came across a photo of an assembly taking place on these stairs. It took place 80 years ago when Merck received the Army Navy Excellence Award for our efforts producing penicillin during World War II. And George Merck accepted the award on behalf of the company. And here we are today, celebrating our global headquarters return to Rahway and welcoming our New Jersey colleagues to our reimagined workplace and looking to our future. Our journey to get to this point started 5 years ago. Plans were made in the early stages to consolidate our New Jersey sites and bring all of our divisions together to create a modern, neighborhood-based environment centered around science and innovation. And it's been quite the journey since we officially announced our return of our headquarters in April of 2020. First, we started looking through how much had to be done to bring our colleagues together from White House Station, Branchburg, Kenilworth, and Madison back to our site. And we faced some unexpected challenges. No one ever expected there would be a global pandemic. To keep on track, we had to respond to working safely, as well as overcoming supply chain shortages. We really had to revisit what we thought we needed to do to consolidate our campuses. And still, we kept going. Our teams continued to pull together to prepare buildings, our campus, and our colleagues for this day. Through this time, a lot of work has been done. We've been modernizing, optimizing, renovating our existing office space and lab buildings, designing a wide range of innovative space to support our employee experience. We've added more surface parking, constructed a new lab building, and have just completed a large multi-purpose auditorium that can accommodate twice the number of people as our original one. So many people have contributed to this effort, and we truly appreciate the outstanding work, creativity, and dedication from all of the teams that supported this consolidation. The list is long, but we wanted to make sure that we recognize the Global Workplace and Enterprise Services project team and executive sponsors, facilities management, global real estate, capital planning, engineering services, EH&S, our construction teams, our change management points of contact, our change ambassadors, our community managers, and our integrated facilities management partners, Sodexo, SBM, Flick, and many more. Thank you so much to these teams and to all of our colleagues who have supported reimagining this site. You know, this campus is really a very special place. Rahway has a vibe. It has a feeling. It has the feel of a casual college campus, and it is rich in the history of innovation and breakthrough science that inspires us each day and reminds us of our purpose here at Merck, to use the power of leading-edge science to save and improve lives around the world. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Senate President Nicholas Scutari.
Thank you so much for that, and I appreciate it. Really very happy to be here today. I probably grew up about as close to this facility as anyone, just over those tracks. My mother's house still exists today, so I feel like I grew up with Merck. I've been here for Merck Day probably in, I don't know, the 1970s. I don't want to date myself, but it was quite a while ago. And it was a wondrous place back then with things for kids to do, and just a great corporate partner for the city of Rahway and Linden at that point in time. I used to participate in those old Rahway activities. They were great fun, and I had very fond memories here. My next door neighbor was a chemist here at the facility and brought us along. But this is a coming home for Merck, and greatly appreciated here for our communities. It's proven to be a great corporate partner then and now. And we are eager to welcome the 7,100 employees back here to Rahway and Linden when this complex is complete. Your presence will be a daily remember of what an innovation leader New Jersey is here. And I do want to give a special shout out to my running mate, who was for 20 years the mayor of Linden. Jim Kennedy is here. Jim, all the work you've done. Jim was a constant presence here in the city of Rahway and now also in the state legislature with myself. And also, I just want to recognize one of my dear friends that I grew up with from the United Steelworkers here, Local 4, 575, Joe Schaefer, who I grew up with here. Joe, thanks for coming along. Thanks. And please invite me back when the ribbon cutting for your grand opening. I can't wait to see the exciting things this new facility will be doing. And Rob, I want to thank you for your leadership. And let me say welcome home to you and the Merck facility. Welcome. So it's my pleasure to introduce Rob Davis, the Chairman and Board Executive and Chief Executive Officer of Merck. He previously served as Merck's President, responsible for the company's operating divisions, Human Health, Animal Health, Manufacturing, Merck Research Laboratories, and prior to that, he was Executive Vice President of Global Services and the company's Chief Financial Officer. Rob joined the company as Chief Financial Officer in 2014 with additional responsibilities for real estate operations, corporate strategy, and business development. In 2016, his role was expanded to include responsibility for information technology and procurement. Forming Global Services, he became president in 2021, CEO and a member of the board of directors on July 1st, 2021, and chairman of the board on December 1st, 2022. Prior to joining Merck, Rob was corporate vice president and president of Baxter's medical product businesses. During his tenure at Baxter, he held several other positions. Rob serves on the board of directors for Duke Energy Corporation, one of America's largest energy holding companies. Rob receives, and we talked about this, he received his law degree at Northwestern University and his MBA from Northwestern University Kellogg's Graduate School of Management, and his bachelor's degree in finance from Miami University. So Rob is well-versed in many facets here at Merck, and we should give him a warm welcome and pleasure to have him here. Welcome, Rob. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Senator Scutari, and I want to also thank all of our esteemed colleagues, Governor Murphy, also Assemblyman Kennedy. We have with us the mayor of both Rahway and Linden, Mayor Giacobbe and Mayor Armstead, as well as several members of the delegation for our federal government are here as well. So I want to thank everyone for coming out today and joining us on this important day. You know, it's really amazing when you think of the journey we're on. Merck actually started at this site back in 1904, when at that time George Merck was really primarily importing drugs from Europe into the United States for sale and envisioned that we could become a full manufacturing and research operation. And in fact, the first manufacturing facility was built here on site at that time, just at the turn of the 20th century. It was a quarter of a century later when his son, George W. Merck, reimagined this site and started to wonder, what if we fully invested in research and development and we truly became a company that had as its purpose innovation to bring life-saving medicines to the people that need them. And that purpose that really is, how do you capture the power of leading-edge medicine to save and improve lives, continues with us to this day. And that was in around 1925. So from that moment, when Merck research labs were born, until today, this has been an important site. But it has not been our only site, and for many years, we were dispersed across the state of New Jersey as well as across Pennsylvania and other parts of the world. I couldn't be more pleased that now, for the first time in over 50 years, we're bringing back together all of the different divisions and functions within Merck to one site. You know, when you think of what it takes to ideate, to innovate, to invent, it takes collaboration, it takes teamwork, it takes all of us focused on what matters most, which is putting the patients at the center of everything we do and delivering with urgency on their behalf. And we're now able to do that again as one unified Merck at this facility. And I think that's so important, not only to pay tribute to the legacy of who we are and where we've come from, to think of all the discoveries that have come out of this site over the years, from penicillin all the way through to ivermectin, all the host of drugs that Merck has brought to the world and vaccines. But there's more to do. While we've made great progress, what we do know is that we continue to face challenge, whether it's heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, cancer. The need is still there, and Merck is uniquely positioned to deliver against that need. And that's why I'm so proud and humbled to be the leader of this organization as we start this next chapter, building on the legacy of those that have come before us, recognizing that their contributions have made a meaningful difference. In many ways, you could say we stand on the shoulders of those giants, but importantly, we stand now shoulder to shoulder together, and I believe we're standing on the shoulders of future giants, our innovators, our scientists, all of our colleagues who have that yet next discovery that is out there. We know it's there, we know it's needed, and I have the utmost confidence that we together as Merck can deliver on that. So I couldn't be more proud of all of you. I couldn't be more thankful for all the hard work that went into bringing us back to this site and bringing us together as we sit here at the intersection between Rahway and Linden, and really look forward to what will be the future, which I can tell you continues to be bright. And most importantly, Merck will deliver on its purpose. Merck will deliver on its mission. We will deliver for the patients that are counting on us. And we will be standing here at some point, years down the road, talking about the contributions of this next generation, of the diseases we fought and of the lives we've saved. And that is what it really is all about. And that is why I'm so proud to be here. And just want to thank everyone who was involved in this, and wish you all a great day as we celebrate this coming home and really turning the page on the next chapter for Merck. Thank you very much. And with that, I know I got the applause. I got some people getting ready to go there. I want to take just a moment. We have the distinct honor of having with us Governor Phil Murphy, who is our governor for the great state of New Jersey, and I just want to thank him and welcome him to the stage to give some comments for us now. Governor Murphy.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Rob. So well said. It's an incredible honor for me to be here today. And Rob, under your leadership, this is a banner big day for Merck. I remember sitting with your predecessor, another great leader, Ken Frazier, in his office in Kenilworth in early 2018, discussing the prospect of this move in my first year as governor. And each of you have been extraordinary leaders and terrific friends. So it's an incredible honor at so many levels to be here. I also want to acknowledge and say it's great to be here with the Senate President, Nick Scutari, who was a great leader and partner. The aforementioned former mayor, Jim Kennedy, now Assemblyman. Jim, nice to have you back in Rahway. And Rahway's current mayor, Ray Jacoby, and Linden's mayor, Derek Armstead, and to all the other distinguished persons here today. So at one level, this is about economic development, making a statement, not just in words, but in action, about New Jersey as the state, the state of the innovation economy. That's who we are. I think as a state, as a person, as an institution, you have to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. And when New Jersey looks in the mirror, we see bio, pharmaceuticals, life sciences. And Merck sits center stage in that vision, in that reality. So in that respect, this is a big day. It's a big day for Merck, I get that, but it's a big day for Jersey. This validates what we are about, who we are about. We have the highest concentration of scientists and engineers per square mile of anywhere in the world. And this campus speaks directly to that. So to the thousands of employees and families who will make this campus your home, I'm incredibly humbled to be here on this historic day. And again, we wear Merck's presence as a badge of honor. But beyond economic development, and Rob alluded to this in the great legacy of this great company, this is about keeping people healthy. It's about doing right by society, doing right, by the way, not just once or twice, but time and time and time again. And every single time, Merck has answered the bell. I think of literally conversations Rob and I have had the past 2 or 3 weeks about trying to find a creative way to deliver venom to soldiers fighting in Ukraine, literally as we speak, and having to deal with black widow spiders and whatnot. I think of Ken's work as the co-chair of our re-emergence committee that we pulled together to battle our way out of COVID, and the selfless service that he and his colleagues and your colleagues here at Merck embodied. I think of your willingly giving up the patent on the bacteria to push back against the scourge of tuberculosis in the 1940s. So this is not a new impulse from Merck. You have always, as I say, you have always answered the bell. I gave a commencement address, Rob, at the Hackensack Meridian Medical School 2 weeks ago, which was pretty cool. A new medical school that, Nick, I think you and I were there. We cut the ribbon on this thing not that many years ago, and now it's producing graduates, many of whom, if not most of whom, are staying in New Jersey. And I was so struck by what one of the graduates said that I kept it with me, knowing that I'd be with you today, and I'll leave you with this. She, again, just got her Doctor of Medicine 2 weeks ago from Hackensack Meridian, and she said, and I quote her, "Medicine can give a person the opportunity to see a little bit more of his life. We have the instruments, the knowledge, and the technology to give them those extra minutes, hours, days, and years to close their story on their terms." I thought that was incredibly powerful, and those words could be said, written and said, each and every day about Merck, and I'm incredibly honored to be with you today. Thank you.
Now I get the honor to invite our honored guests and our executive team to come forward for a ceremonial ribbon cutting to celebrate the return of Merck's global headquarters. Thank you all so much for joining us today.